So my mechanic, whilst he is more than capable of doing engines, he's a very capable guy, hates doing engine swaps. So as you can imagine, when he got in today and I told him that's what he was doing, his good mood went very swiftly to a very bad mood. I'm now I've had an extra 30 quid on his day rate and he's getting a Mackey's for his lunch, so he's a happy fella now. Kind of. I'm going to go grab an oil and filter for the Ibiza ready for when it's ready to strike up. Let's go. So this should be an interesting one today. I bought this Ibiza off a customer with an engine gone, so the cam belt snapped. When this happens, it causes a load of damage inside the engine. They can be repaired, but it's very rarely sort of economically viable, so usually an engine swap's in order. This Ibiza has 122,000 miles on the clock. The engine I've managed to get hold of for 300 quid has, I think, 55k on the clock. I'll give you the exact numbers when I've double checked. But so in this instance, I'm just going to swap the engine. This means that the car has got a better engine in it, so to speak, with lower miles on, and it's probably going to, well, it will cost less than rebuilding the engine that's in it. Here's the car. This has got to be worth 3 grand, I would say. It's a really tidy bodywork wise, interior wise, and I paid 800 quid for it, 300 quid for the engine. So let's get to it. So we've got someone coming to pick this Nissan Juke up in the next 10-15 minutes or so. This was a nice little deal. So I bought this as a non-runner for £2,000. The chap advised that he'd run it without fuel, and that basically it conked out, and he had it booked in with the garage, and they'd advised that it had knackered the injectors and the fuel pump. Obviously it's a risk you take because you don't know how truthful people are. Luckily in this case I managed to get a second-hand fuel pump for 100 quid. Injectors were steep, they're about 160 plus the VAT on each one, so I think I'm about £1,000 into repair. Struck it up and it runs absolutely beautiful. So we've managed to fetch 6.5 grand for this, so it's a real nice markup on this one. There is a part exchange against it. It's a bit of a messy deal. They've got outstanding finance on their Fiesta that they're trading in. I'll do the numbers on this deal in a minute, but yeah, nice. It's a good win for that one, good win. So this lovely lady's just rocked up with their to collect the Juke. I'm just having a look around the Fiesta real quick. I'm also going to scan it just to check for any fault codes. It might, just to make sure I'm not trying to hide anything. She has just driven 3 hours in the car though, so I'd be very surprised if there was anything, but it's a nice looking thing. I will only take these in as part exchange. This is the Fiesta Eco Boost, known in the industry as the Eco Boom. Not the best of engines, to be honest, but if you get a good one, it's the same with anything, isn't it? You get good ones and bad ones. But at least when you're buying it from a customer rather than from an auction, you can have a good look around it, drive it, and obviously scan it, just to check for any fault codes. So scan the car. We've got a few fault codes, I don't know if you can see that, but nothing major. You'd expect to see fault codes in pretty much any car that you scan. There's no engine fault codes, which are the ones I was most concerned about. But yeah, I'm happy with this. We'll do a deal and now get to work cleaning this, get it up for sale for the weekend. With a bit of luck, we should be nearly ready to get this engine out, so let's go see a very disgruntled Adam, see how he's getting on. How doing, brother? Ho, 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 ho. Not long now, boys and girls, not long now.
You've done it already, Adam. Yeah, going in. Okay. To be fair, right? Your car. Oh, what you done? Oh, that's good content for the video, isn't it?
She's a thing of beauty, mate. You're loving life.
Not you.
You're loving, not me. Why do you love the engine so much, Adam?
You are winding me up.
Hopefully by the end of the day she'll be breathing again. So next up, all the ancillaries need to be changed across. So you've got the alternator, you've got coolant, aircon pump, gearbox, wiring loom, and get swapped onto this donor engine. In the meantime, I'm going to get my hands dirty again and get this Peugeot cleaned up and ready for sale. Time lapse. I love a valet like this. This looks like it's not long been valeted, to be honest. I shouldn't be on this more than about half hour or so, I think. Look at the back, literally a quick hoover. Might give these a quick drill brush. So you know I love shiny headlights. Another one of my sort of real keen selling points is I like a good set of mats in a car. Now most of the time we just bin the ones that come with the vehicle and we stick some new ones, aftermarket ones in from some Euro car parts somewhere. However, if they do come with the original mats like these ones do, I will take the time to clean these ones up and stick them back in the car because they just clip into place and look a little bit smarter. So let's give them a brush down and get them looking presentable. One mat done. So Adam's currently got the alternator off, the aircon pump off, gearbox just come off, and he's just informed that it's going to need a clutch as well. So what am I looking at here?
It's down to the rivet each side. It's not worth putting on. It's about the end of a life.
Sad. So guess it proves that we do stuff properly, but that's another 80 quid out your profit margin. But let's go grab the van a clutch. Battery, oil filter, clutch. That should be everything we need to get this car running again. Let's get it on. New clutch is on, time to get that gearbox back in place, baby.
Ready?
Yep.
Jump on. Oh, gotta pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know. So I don't know if you caught that. Adam's basically going to put the engine mounts on either side to make sure it's secure, and then we can start plugging in the wiring loom, bolting back things back into place. Honestly, stuff like that absolutely amazes me. This, you know, the level of skill involved to completely remove an engine, you know, swap all the ancillary components across, drop it back in again, and be confident knowing that that's going to sort of run to well, start running again. And yeah, you know what I'm saying. Very impressive. In the meantime, I'm going to take this. This has been running for a little bit just for the seats to dry out. This looks about there now, really. It's actually come up really well. So I'm going to take that for a wash, go get it photographed, and grab some fuel for this KA at the back, which we finished valeting yesterday, but just ran out of light to get it photographed, so let's get to it. So for those of you that run your own small business, you know what it's like, something always comes up. I didn't get around to photographing the Ford KA, however I did photograph the Peugeot 308. I'm going to show you a few pictures that I took of the car ready for our Auto Trader listing, and then we'll take a second to look at the numbers on the Juke deal. So I'm not going to include the details of the part exchange because it gets a bit complicated. We're just going to look at the numbers on the Juke. I paid £2,000 for the car,
I had to put a fuel pump on it, which I got off eBay for £98.81. 4 injectors from Euro Car Park, which cost £792. I MOT'd the vehicle, which cost £30. It had a new battery fitted, which cost £127.66. Whilst I had the fuel pump off, I decided to fit a cam belt kit, which cost £90. As with all of my vehicles, I had an interim service completed, so the oil and filter cost £41.82. The armrest was damaged, so I bought a replacement armrest for £35.55. All in all, it cost £3,215.84 to prep this vehicle to a retail standard. Next, we'll look at the VAT. Because we turn over more than £85,000 a year, we have to be VAT registered. Used car dealers use the VAT margin scheme, meaning we pay 16.67% on the margin between the purchase price and the sale price of the vehicle. In this case, the margin is £4,495, so 16.67% of this is £749.32p. So now, if we take off the cost of the vehicle and the VAT due from the sale price of the car, in this instance, there was an overall profit of £2,529.54.
Good morning. I'm one of those people, right, where when I do something, I get absolutely addicted to it. So that's why I don't do drugs. And that's why it's now almost 10:15 and I'm only just on my way to work. I got into editing the next video and time got away, 1:30, I crawled into bed. And I couldn't get this morning, but that doesn't matter. We're on the way in now. Let's see what's going on.
And we are back. We've got lights on the old girl. And just putting the battery back on again. We've got oil to go in, we've got coolant to go in. And fingers crossed. Brum brum. It's a moment of truth. It's coolant in. Oil's been filled up and level checked. Go on, Adam, strike her up. Hey. It's noisy.
Yeah, the exhaust, I still need to do it all.
This is an exhaust blow, but give her a rev. Beautiful. Happy days. So next course of action really is get her in for an MOT. That's exhaust is noisy, so I think that's probably going to need some exhaust work doing. We had a quick look around it underneath when it was up in the air. Nothing too bad. I can't see it failing on much. I'll probably try and get that pulled out and cleaned and photographed and up for sale today if I can. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. If there's anything you want to see in the upcoming videos, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.